What's up guys, it's Clump, and in today's video I'm going to be going over ways you can improve your aim, including the new best settings you should have for each of the sensitivities involving your aim. I'm also going to be going over a very well put together aiming course that's going to be my main suggestion on how you can improve your aim in Fortnite. I'm not going to be showing you any outside methods besides Fortnite, as I believe the best way to improve your aim in a game is to actually train in that game, especially since we don't have the type of Kovacs that PC players have. If you want to support me, you can always drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and with all that said, let's get right into the video.
Left the tongue stain, let my what hang, falling short breath, got my lungs cave, I'm a nuisance.
Before I go into the actual aim course, I'm going to be showing you the best mechanical way in the game to aim that can help you reduce bloom. I'm also going to be going over the sensitivities you should have, and if you don't know what your main sensitivity, being your touch sensitivity, is going to be yet, I'll show you a way you can calibrate that. So getting right into it, whenever you shoot, especially while standing up, your crosshair expands, and this is called bloom, and it's the area where your bullet could land. When you crouch, your bloom is slightly decreased. However, the best way to reduce your bloom is to spam the crouch button. This slightly decreases the bloom size of your crosshair. However, the best way to aim is actually by spamming crouch while strafing. This actually reduces the size of your crosshair at some points of your shot, as you see on my screen. However, this does make it slightly harder to aim or keep your crosshair over target, so I only suggest doing this at mid-range and shorter. At long range, it's better to just crouch and tap fire your opponent. However, if you are at the mid-range and close range, this is the most effective way to aim. This can also make you a harder target to hit from your opponent's perspective. Getting right onto sensitivity, and unlike HUD, this is a very personal setting, so high sense and low sense can both work for a player. It all just depends on how good you are with the sensitivity. If you don't know what you want, I would recommend starting out with low sense, and I'll be showing you how to calibrate it. The sensitivities I'll be talking about are your touch sensitivity, which is your main sensitivity, your ADS, your sniper sensitivity, and look acceleration. These are all important in aiming. So right with your touch sensitivity, you want to know if you're overshooting or undershooting a target and then adjust regularly. With your ADS and sniper sensitivity, you want to do the same thing, but seeing that when you scope in or when you are using the sniper, are you overshooting or undershooting or over aiming or under aiming a target. Then with look acceleration, I highly recommend putting this to 0.01. At first it may feel shaky and too high of a sensitivity, but you'll get used to it and it will make your aim way more consistent. Now I'm going to be showing you a way you can calibrate your sensitivities if you don't know what you want. So getting right onto Tile Frenzy, which is in the map I'll show you in a second, you want to just consistently aim at these targets, and if you're overshooting or undershooting, such as the poor aim I'm showing off right now, you may want to adjust your sensitivity. Now getting right onto the creative map, I'll have the code on the screen now. But basically there are 3 important sections to this map and then practice courses. The first is tracking, which I recommend spending most of your time in, and I'll be showing you the drills you should do. This is basically just following your opponent with an AR. Flick shots is basically mainly shotgun flick shots, where you're going to be aiming at a different direction than the way your opponent's in, and then quickly flicking to hit your opponent. And I'll be showing you what drills to do there. Tile Frenzy is kind of a way to calibrate your sensitivity like I showed you, and also it could help for long distance aim, and I'll show you the drill I'm talking about. Overall, this is a very well put together map. Getting right into Tile Frenzy, the only drill I would suggest is Mini, unless you're trying to calibrate your aim, in which case I do Jumbo. Mini may seem unrealistic, but this can actually help improve your long distance tap fire against targets that are flying or just sitting very far away. This can actually help a lot. In the flick shot category, the only drill I recommend is stationary flick shots. You line your crosshair up in the center and try flicking your opponents. Flick shot aim is not used too much, but if you're trying to get nice clean 200 pumps, I would recommend some practice in here. Also use the combat shotgun, as it has the smallest crosshair and the quickest shot time. Lastly, in tracking, where you should be spending most of your time as it's the most realistic, the 2 drills you should do are zombie tracking and zombie gliding. The first one is zombie tracking, which is pretty much this row of zombies going back and forth that you can just practice your tracking on. Like I said, try to use the mechanic of crouching and strafing at the same time, and that'll help you improve your aim as long as you can keep your crosshair on your opponent. This is a good range for this strafing technique. Lastly, we have glider tracking, which I believe is the best way advanced players can improve their aim, as it'll help simulate players gliding in the air during scrims, where you need your crucial tags for Storm Surge and some lucky eliminations on low players. Like I said, do this crouch strafe technique. For this range, if you were a bit farther away, I would recommend doing just the crouch tap fire. But this is a bit too close of a range. You can always back up outside of the actual aiming area if you want to practice that long range tap fire. But most likely in game you won't be that far away to shoot a gliding player. That's pretty much the end of the tutorial. If you guys want to support me, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 10K. At 10K I'll have a great montage out for you guys, so the sooner we get there the better. And I'll also probably face reveal if that's what you guys want. Leave video ideas in the description. Otherwise, have a good day.
18 days until she posts out. I see the AC gray riding